So here's regular breaststroke, full breaststroke, pretty similar to the breaststroke to a streamline drill. Skipping pullouts on all these drills just so we can show more strokes here. The big thing I wanted to talk about here, so obviously we want to bring in everything that we talked about. So the timing, breathe, kick, glide, and even though you work on breathing, kicking, gliding, the arms will fix themselves with the breathing, and that's fine. But the big thing I wanted to show here is these arms and the chest are working while the legs stay straight, right? So we don't want to start the kick early because obviously we are getting forward motion off this pull with the arms. And if your legs are out of streamline, then you're fighting, if you can imagine if you brought your legs like that while you're trying to do your arm stuff, all the water's going to hit your thighs and you're not going to go anywhere. And so I try to get the kids to really separate what's happening. Arm stuff first and then leg stuff second. And that's kind of another, not, I mean, all the drills that we worked on try to work on this, especially like the no breath, no arms breaststroke. But even when you're doing normal breaststroke, you want to remind the kids of what they're trying to think about. So now that the arms are starting to go that way, and they're not pulling us forward anymore. Now we can bring the legs up to do their kick. And by the time our arms are in a streamline and we're ready to cut through the water, the legs are ready to propel us into that streamline motion. And what you'll see a lot of kids do is rush the stroke, especially when they're in a race and they're trying to beat the person next to them. And what you'll notice is they'll start they'll start taking a stroke, so their arms are out here, and it's too early and their legs haven't come back around yet, and their legs are still out here trying to kick. And what you'll notice is they'll make this X pattern if you draw all the way through. So you tell them you want to avoid X's. You don't want your arms to be out and your legs to be out at the same time. We always want to be, at least half the body should be in an L at any one point in the stroke. So just a few more thoughts on what makes breaststroke good, especially for little kids. Obviously, you can get into the weeds and as advanced technically as you want with any of these strokes, but these are the real basics that make good swimmers to begin with.